Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages story, gets his interview, end quote.
Oh, did you, like, blackmail him to get the interview?
The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago.
Okay, so you blackmailed him to get this interview.
That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. So you threatened to go to press with this story. That's how you got your interview? Blackmail? Well, yes. I mean, no. It wasn't exactly black. I mean, I'm not... Something wrong, Mr. Brushel?
It was red mail. Clearly, you can see.
Okay. This is my story, my tidbit. Journalist's info is livelihood, end quote. I see. Well, you had me chatting away in here. What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story?
Oh, man, you gotta watch out for those Sally Scoopers and Wally Wordsworths.
They could be going to press while I'm going to waste! The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace.
A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? Oh my god, Trucy, it's the DL6 incident again.
No!
No, we're not doing that, okay? No.
It's done!
No, not letting you do that.
Stop trying to make DL6 happen.
Stop trying to make DL6 a thing.
Okay. Oh, it's a bracelet segment.
All right.
Thumbs up. Reporter leverages story, gets his interview. Certain case from 7 years ago. Probably had something to do with it. Could see it being that. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. That last sentence is so weird.
Oh yeah, we gotta perceive now.
Actually, tell me about this case 7 years ago. I'm sure they won't tell us anything about it because they're not ready to yet, but... A certain case 7 years ago? Tell us, what case?
Let me state one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case.
Why not?
It's about journalistic pride, and staunchness, and credibility, and connections. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body, end quote. So what'll it be? Gonna strangle me? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney!
Yes, let's strangle him.
He sounds pretty determined not to talk. My god.
Our chances of breaking his will aren't good. Aren't looking good.
I think we should try torture. Polly? I know how to waterboard. Let's go.
How many...
It's one of my favorite magic tricks. I use magic to make someone tell the truth. And by magic, I mean pouring a
squeal.
I'm pouring a jug of water on their face while towels over it.
Oh, here, really quick. Oh my god. It's so annoying to... You have to let the text fully finish before you can go back. Alright. Somebody's saying press statement 2. We need to see. Exactly what sort of story was this?
Well, little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing in between, end quote. I might have suggested I had a lead on this particular story. But I didn't threaten or cajole or nothing, honest.
Good use of the word cajole. So a suggestion was enough to get an interview? Mr. Misham would have really wanted to keep it under wraps. Okay, so something fucking happened. Let me get back in here.
I think I remember what his tail is if we have a hard time. God, zooming in on his mouth is the worst.
God, yeah, it's so creepy to watch him do this in slow motion.
I bet it's his hand. Hear it again. It's gonna be the second sentence if it is something. No? Fuck, where's his other hand? No, it's down.
I remember where it is, but I'll save that until...
He's gonna swallow this son of a bitch. No. Eyebrows, maybe? Do they change? No. Okay. This might not even be it then.
I don't think it is.
Hmm.
Oh!
No, he gets a sweaty armpit for just that sentence?
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? And then it dries up?
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's
He
stupid.
gets sweaty
That's
pits.
so gross.
That's stupid. That's not how that works.
That's the worst.
Sweat stains don't disappear.
He absorbs it back into his body.
Also, once again, sweating isn't necessarily a tell. It's just a nervous reaction.
Yeah. Sweat much, Mr. Brushel?
Kinda hate this entire tell mechanic.
Yeah, well... I mean, I can't help his glands, you know?
It's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets. You're hiding something.
Whoa,
His
that
mouth
was
definitely
weird.
moved.
His mouth moved on that one.
I think that was a mistake, Capcom.
Uh-oh! 0 out of 10. Worst game ever.
You're hiding something about his talent.
What? That's ridiculous.
Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talent lie. Lay? Where his true talent lay?
Lay.
Is that... whatever. I'm not gonna lose my sleep over this.
Too much thinking.
Yeah, honestly, lay and lie is one of my least favorite, like, English things to memorize.
Yeah. I'm assuming we would use this one, because it's half finished and you can see.
Probably.
Or do we use
yes.
the real painting? Let's go with the forgery.
I think you go with the forgery in this situation. You're trying to prove that it isn't actually talent.
Oh, never
I
mind.
swear to Christ.
Can't help but wonder what the court is supposed to conclude from this evidence.
Oh!
Other than that you've made a horrible mistake. Man burns bridge, forgets to cross first. End quote.
Let's try that again. All I have to do is reveal what Mr. Misham really was.
Yeah, we did that.
I know
I was
what
gonna
you
say.
are. I swear to God, it's gonna be the original one, which is... God damn it.
That doesn't make sense.
It should accept either or, is all I'm trying to say.
Also, if the point is you're proving that he's not actually a good artist, then you would use the forgery. Why would you use the real one?
Yeah.
Not only does this feels like both should work, this feels like it's wrong. It's the wrong answer, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. There were two problems with this painting. The first is the giant peach floating down the river. The first is that it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham.
Go into the court record. Everyone's saying it says it's a plum in the description.
No.
The large plum in the
They
foreground.
literally called it a peach in the dialogue. Didn't they?
Wow.
What?
Wow. This is just like Capcom. Finish your games. Like you
Capcom.
can't release this.
This is a
unfinished
15-year-old
garbage.
game. How did you not finish it? You had all this time. Also, he's 36 years old, which is something, I guess.
Which is something I guess.
I'm 3 years younger than this freak on a leash. The first is that it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgeries.
I hate that we oh God!
Again,
Oof,
that was
the like negative version of
that
Brushel.
that was
horrifying.
someone wrote his name in the death note, and that was him having the heart attack.
I wish someone wrote this guy's name in Death Note.
That is all, Your Honor.
Everyone, please, everyone! Can we keep this private, please? This is my story, my scoop!
Bro.
Forgery? That's a serious crime! True Bishop is known as an artist these days. But there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back. Another art, meaning forgery? True Bishop was talented, alright? Talented at making precise, detailed fakes. A fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover.
Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about the Yakuza?
Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence.
The Tojo clan.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Okay.
The Tojo clan got in with Misham.
Rumors started circulating 7 years ago. 7 years ago? So, are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for exactly forged evidence that's tiny profit? End quote. Order. Order! Order! Why, it's like our victim was living a double life.
This is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about. That's actually a good point.
This is my first time hearing of this criminal world.
Wait, there are criminals? Wait, so you're telling me people do crimes intentionally? Like organized?
That's wild.
It's crazy. How
We
would they
certainly
do
found no
that?
criminal connections when we conducted our investigation.
But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here.
But there is no proof tying this letter to our case.
Bro, you can't.
Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course. Hey, the only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews.
Fucking many memo sounding ass, dude.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable.
You also kind of admitted to blackmail, so
Yeah.
It
Things not
doesn't
looking good
speak
for you.
well of your reporting acumen. What are you talking about? My journalism is is rock solid. Journalism so solid you could stand an elephant on it, end quote.
What?
In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. Summarize for me.
Hey folks, speaking of, we've started back the Somnium Files every other Monday, so make sure to check that out.
Go check it out, yeah.
If we can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap, the trial is over.
Apollo, what's he talking about?
Cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have reason or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, then the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please.
The interview, a recap.
The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She admitted as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. And also my lips.
We made out so much.
Just, we were really at it.
I went to town on that man's lips. And nothing left
End
that
quote.
studio after he died. Nothing. Horny reporter eats face, end quote.
Fuck. Samui Shiba says, I gave him the kiss of death, end quote.
Clearly the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, and without room for doubt.
Oh, shucks. You really think so? I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your final cross-examination.
Right. I still have one trump card left to play. And I won't let this trial end until I use it. I don't even know what he's talking about. What trump card do we have?
The gun.
Yes, the gun. I guess the frame that has the troquinine, but...
Oh, because he said there wasn't nothing else touched his lips or something. So I guess...
At night was very poured the coffee. She's been in much herself. What touched his lips during the interview was that mug. And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter. Okay.
Well, did anything leave?
The studio?
Yeah. Anything leave the studio at all?
I don't think so.
So.
Let me start pressing here and just see what we get. You're sure about that?
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
This guy is like the anti-Pridge. Like, he fucking loves mint so much.
True. I don't love mint at all.
One of those candies might have been poisoned!
Yet at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room. And no mint residue was found.
Okay, that's at least something. I don't know if the lack of smelling mint in an autopsy would necessarily preclude that the guy had mint.
Yeah. It was a long shot anyway.
Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have some proof...
Possibility is there. I can feel it. Just maybe not prove it. Not yet. Possibility isn't going to cut it. Not now. Mr. Misham ingested that poison via routes other than coffee. I mean... we have a thing that has it.
Yeah, but it doesn't show. We don't know like how he would have ingested it.
Yeah, and the fact that Apollo is like, this isn't going to cut it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we can prove it.
I bet if we like
Yeah.
press something else, we'll get something and then we can come back. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
It can't be proven.
I do believe our little forehead is growing up.
Shut the fuck up.
Pitsy. We liked the rash, youthful forehead best.
Again, why do these prosecutors talk so much shit after we've beaten them multiple times?
That's all they know, Bridge.
Like, dog, beat me once in the non-sexual way.
Also this sentence. Another hole in this case needs plugging before I can prove anything.
Uh-oh.
But first things first. I better uncover a weak spot before I try to strike again. Okay, so yeah, I think we're right on the money.
On with the cross-examination.
Nothing left that studio before he died. Are you sure about that? Not one thing? You're sure?
Yep, sure as sure can be. Well, with one exception. One exception? What?
Bro, you literally what?
Journalist Spark Brushel does interview. Leaves studio. End quote.
Okay.
Come on. It's a joke. Get it? Not funny, I know, but it's still.
Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night?
I mean, I don't know if they count it, but he did say that he did put a letter in the box that would have got mailed out.
Oh yeah, the yellow envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, that is explicitly just one thing.
Yep.
I think one thing might very well have left the studio that night, actually. Well, more likely in the morning when the postman picked it up. A certain something has vanished from the crime scene. Oh, was it empty? Oh, it is empty. Oh, shit!
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that detail. Okay, then this is something.
By which you mean something other than our witness?
Of course.
Don't tell me. Vera Michel.
Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional. Again, I love that Apollo is just like the straight man in this world of comedy where everyone's a fucking goofball just dunking on him constantly.
Then, let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion with me. Hey!
Do the locomotion with me. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion with me.
This is the only link between the studio and the outside world.
A letterbox?
Yeah, check out my letterbox. Tell you what I think of movies. Is that what letterbox is? Is that a movie review say?
I think so.
Yeah. What did Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Yeah, I said that. And yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox.
Ah.
That very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night the yellow envelope disappeared.
Ah, yes. Intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing.
Huh?
He has a point, Mr. Justice.
But it's something we can interview. I don't know.
What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Misham.
Okay, you know what? You got me on that one.
Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared?
Yes, it is.
Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me.
Very well, then. The witness will add this to his testimony. You got it. I still think this fails to change anything, Herr Forehead.
I wouldn't be so sure. Letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for. Letter's put in close from the studio, but I hardly think that matters. I don't think that helps us, but... Nothing could be more serious than an envelope disappearing from the studio.
True.
You were hiding that fact from us.
Yes. Well, actually... I don't argue the possibility that the letter disappeared from that studio. But, Herr Forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us?
Right. How is Mr. Misham poisoned? I know. Mr. Brushel's testimony has changed, which means the facts of the case have too. What he's told us means something entirely different now. I'm starting to think.
Let's keep thinking, Apollo.
I'm not sure if that changes our thing.
Yeah,
here.
maybe we do that again.
It was press, I believe. You sure? He has eating mints. Just there to clarify in the chat says, "Oh my God, guys, it was Flat Stanley."
I know what the answer is. However, I don't know if we can prove it yet.
Well, I'm assuming that the poison was put on the stamp that he put on the envelope. However, was that stamp in this tiny frame?
Yes.
Can we prove that?
Can we open it?
Looks like you have to take the back part off first to put a photo inside.
It'd have to be a really small photo to fit in there.
True. And that pale bluish stain. Why would there be poison on something like this?
Well, there's one obvious reason. Whoever put poison in the coffee rubbed a bit on here, too.
That's not very obvious, Trucy. Okay. Oh, we really can't clip... I mean, like, that has to be it, but... Proof is possible. Here goes nothing.
You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, Herr Forehead, not possibilities.
Of course. And Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof.
What did you say?
I have proof of the disappearing envelope.
I saw him writing a letter. I did! Which was picked up by the mailman, I assume.
Of course. Which means that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp?
As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. It's just a very funny sentence. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp.
No one worth talking to actually licks stamps in this day and age.
That's an incredibly funny sentence. Also, what do they do, Clavier?
Objection!
They get someone else to they get a stamp licker to lick their stamps for them.
Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all.
Objection!
What?
Take that.
Got him. Okay, so he licked the stamp. But wait. How does that explain the atroquinine on the rim of the coffee mug?
Because it was on his lips and then he drank something?
If he licked the back of a poison stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would then happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth, Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing. It's the other way around.
What?
The coffee mug...
Drew Misham poisoned the killer? Oh my god.
Drew Misham poisoned the coffee mug?
That bastard. The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself!
Yeah!
Wow, the truth comes out.
That's incredible.
Post-mortem guilty verdict for poisoning the coffee mug.
Order! Order! Order!
I can't wait to take him down to the station so we can get his mug shot.
But that doesn't... Does it?
Recall, if you would. Atroquinine is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope. But his time wasn't up yet until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. Fuck you. Oh.
You have something to add, Mr. Brushel?
Uh-oh. His nose is picking up another scent.
As I believe I mentioned earlier.
Objection!
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp, end quote. But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one. Maybe he'd just run out. Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps. Not a single one. That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison?
Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poisoned possible.
Good show. Good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poisoned stamp?
Okay, that's gotta be the frame.
Well, that certainly is a cute little frame. And by little, I mean really little.
It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself.
I noticed that too during my inspection. So what?
Apparently, you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important.
Missing something?
Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Atroquinine residue.
What? Why wasn't I told about this?
The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most.
You aren't saying...
Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such small a frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps?
Order! 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 The poison stamp was in this frame? Impossible! Prosecutor Gavin? Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
You know, can I say something? I had a thought, see? What, Mr. Brushel? And please stop jittering around like that. The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too, end quote.
So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him. Where is the sound coming from?
Oh, Rich. That's rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gaviner's song lyrics, please.
Okay,
So you admit your lyrics are ridiculous?
I mean, shut up.
Finally, something we agree on.
The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one.
Do you even know you're in an Ace Attorney case? Also, literally what happened during the last case at your concert? It was such an elaborate murder! Oh, I disagree.
Come again?
Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail.
The mail?
Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew he read letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon.
Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon.
Okay, well, I can't do that. Might not have evidence, per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed.
Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill Mr. Misham, I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of death.
I mean, it's in the letter, right? The letter says use the enclosed stamp to send.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Did
It said something about using the enclosed postage.
Oh, send a receipt once you refer.
No, it's
Oh,
yeah, the
the
enclosed,
enclosed
yeah.
stamp. Yep.
Yeah.
Shit. That's it. Exactly
Got
that.
him.
Got him.
Is it this the envelope? The one from 7 years ago?
Think about the text of the letter again. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. God damn it.
Oh, it had 2 pages?
No. Now, Mr. Justice, tell us which
page?
the relevant information is on.
I want to draw your
That's a
attention.
Mace Attorney. That's a Mace Attorney 2
One, yeah.
bullshit.
I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp in 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison, on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp, end quote.
It's a terrible headline.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Like, if I read that headline, I would be like, what is the article even? What is happening? What has happened to journalism? Now,
The
what if,
lamestream greedia.
now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. The clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath. And the murder
Get it?
he drew his last breath. And the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
Thanks, United States Postal Service.
You've never done anything wrong, and you're always perfect. Such a splendid imagination you have, Herr Forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So,
You may not.
this poisoned stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago. Yeah? Is that what you'd have us believe? Really?
I mean, he's gonna say, well, he should have mailed it fucking 7 years ago then, so why? Well...
It's a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poisoned stamp in this envelope. A stamp that then became the murder weapon. How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence?
Well...
It was 7 years ago, and we don't even know who sent that letter! It was Lord Daddy, come on.
And your answer is silence, I see. Very well. I move to... It's not nice to pick on the Fraulein, Clavier.
Is this fucking Franziska von Karma? I can't think of anybody else who would say Fraulein.
I think it's used like ironically.
Oh.
No!
What the Oh.
Oh.
Video game! What the fuck? What the fuck?
What was that?
Ah! Oh my god!
Christoph jump scare.
What the fuck?
I'm a ghost. I am the ghost of your brother.
Oh my god.
I am Emma, not.
Holy shit, that got me.
I was like, well, I was gonna guess, like, I don't know, would Christoph say Fraulein?
Yeah.
And then it was Christoph, but then
Yeah.
it wasn't Christoph.
Emma!
Well, like my Christoph Gavin impression? Did I sound like him?
You sounded
Did I look-
Swedish.
Did I look like him?
Wow, I guess your impressions are as shitty as your drawing ability, Emma.
He's German, not Swedish.
Don't quit your day job.
But the thing is, neither of them are German.
Yeah.
Clavier just studied in Germany and is a prog rock, like...
He's
like
a
a
prog rock? Like the city?
Exactly.
Aw,
Exactly.
Is he a pog rock?
Yeah, he just is a German version of a weeb.
Yeah.
Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after, Fräulein Detective?
Also, would that be rude to do that to him because his brother's in jail?
Yeah, kind of.
That's pretty
Yeah.
insensitive.
Your brother's
Someone
in
had to
jail,
come
nerd.
dig you out of all this mess you're making of this case.
Mess?
You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted in science a little more. You can find out if that stamp was in that envelope easy.
Care to explain yourself, Fräulein Detective?
Oh my god, just do the scan thing already.
Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side.
I've got the power of anime and science on my side.
Got him.
It's all in the residue, right?
That's right! The poison detection spray!
Produce the red envelope at once! You can open it on the authority of the court.
Oh, it looks a lot nicer now.
It does.
I do want to say we're like a little bit out of finishing this segment, so I don't know if we'll get to it, but... Oh, there we go. Because it is 10 now.
I want to say, do we want to get to the next testimony?
Yeah. I don't think there's actually a testimony, but we do have like some
Oh,
things
there's
to
a lot of
present.
talking.
Well, Would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's a troquinine residue.
I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last.
I will say, I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Yes, that is actually
yeah.
really cool that he was supposed to be murdered 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Absolutely.
with that, that's probably enough reasonable doubt to get our client found out guilty.
Yep, we're done.
Wrap it up.
We're done here
We're
already.
done.
Done on the first
The
day.
actual court.
Go.
Mission accomplished, team.
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why.
Damn.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Tell me why. Hell yeah, we all same brain that one.
Ain't nothing but a mistake. End quote. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago?
Well,
There's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Misham figured it out.
I do love the idea that he figured it out, but then forgot in 7 years and was like, well, it's my last stamp,
Like-
so... bleh.
It was like, oh crap!
Fuck, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Oh god! Quick, bring me some coffee so I can wash this out. Ah. Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a
And then
frame.
and forgot about it like an absolute rube.
Yeah.
You're still here?
Amen.
Can I make a statement here? On the record.
No.
Hey,
Spark Razor-Tooth Brushel claimed this scoop as mine.
Leave.
Drew Misham killed in cold blood.
Go away.
By sender of 7-year-old letter. End quote. Now, maybe something more succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay. End quote. Order! 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 I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp his ticket straight to afterlife. End quote.
Uh-oh. I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
2 seconds.
End quote. Oh no! Polly! It's got me
Spreading!
too! You have to escape!
God!
Who wanted to make a guest appearance on the stream?
Oh!
Is it a little baby boy?
Boy. I'm assuming that there was a firework or something, because he is shaking really hard,
Oh.
but...
Oh.
Bad firework.
I know.
Oh, baby.
Poor guy.
Why the fireworks gotta be so mean?
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo!
I think we just won.
We did! In a normal case.
Very
if this
well.
was a normal court.
This court finds the defendant.
No.
Ah!
No.
Is this the bright future of our legal system? Prosecutor Gavin? A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago? Tickets for Gaviner's shows are invalid after 2 weeks. But it doesn't make sense any other way. It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in Herr Forehead's claim.
A contradiction?
A poisoned stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago. Whereupon it was framed, until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did?
Emma, explain that. He must have realized it was poison. Come on, Apollo. You know what he's gonna say.
Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Misham sensed the trap and put the stamp in a frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why, 7 years later, did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot? He put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot?
You forgore?
He forgot? You expect us to believe he sprang the trap on himself? Oh. Okay, well, I admit this is all quite shocking myself. It does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo!
I don't think we're winning anymore.
I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Oh, shut up. Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope?
The poisoned stamp? Where exactly is this poisoned stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us?
Oh, it got mailed.
I see no proof that such a thing ever existed.
What about the atroquinine residue, huh?
Oh, I agree. That does seem to be a troquinine residue. But, Herr Forehead, it's certainly no stamp.
Yeah, but...
Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all.
Irk.
I believe we've come to a conclusion. Again.
Did we?
Apollo! We were wrong the whole time?
No. I can't believe it! The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year.
Well, Judge, bad news. This is the last case in the
Bad
Ace
news.
Attorney game. And this
So
is
you're
the
probably
first
not even
justice.
gonna get it? You might not even get it next year.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of the poison atroquinine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene, on this tiny picture frame. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that left the scene of the crime with a poison stamp on it. Yes, but even if this envelope contained the poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used that stamp. I'm afraid you're right. Which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's case.
I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time. I'm sure of it. The traces of atroquinine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be fake. Ooh.
Ah, a fake clue. Fascinating. And if we find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah?
The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than Drew Misham, the man himself.
He's not really. That's not his real body. It's a body double.
This is a fake name. It's so stupid. Actually, it might be Drew Misham.
I mean, now that I think about it,
Yeah.
maybe...
It's definitely not the frame. It could be the envelope. Fuck it. We don't have a penalty for this.
The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand.
I mean, look at those eyes. They're clearly just drawn on a fake body.
I'll explain.
That's not how eyes look on people.
We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Congratulations! You've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger? It makes a good story, I'll give you that.
The fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Lies. Metal Gear.
I know that face. That's the... Oh my god, it's a Metal Gear face. I mean, that's the I had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake?
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake. Oh, shit.
Here we are again. The victim was a fake?
It literally is. You're the fake forger. I'll make you paint those words. One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's 2 forgers, and one of them was a fake! It's a good point, it's just very funnily worded.
Order! 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 So you're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger? You'd better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo. I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Misham was.
Oh shit, is it his daughter?
Is his daughter the actual forger?
Oh shit. If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Yeah, it's the daughter. Holy shit. Understood, Your Honor.
She's the one making forged paintings.
Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was... Trauma Girl.
Blonde!
There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham. Was she just locking her daughter and her dad in this room the whole time while she was like making so much money?
Order! 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 Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb even for you.
I kinda agree. I mean, Vera? A forger?
Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in this forger's studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that only leaves one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well, I feel like he's used this like once per case so far, and he's used it like 3 times today.
Uh-huh. Fascinating. Hello. Vera Misham? You've been paying attention to the trial so far? Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger? Drew Misham?
Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. It's my job.
I'm used to being stared at by Fräuleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art?
Well, shit.
Yes.
So the forger, Drew Misham, was you?
Oh.
Yes, it was me.
What? What?
The court was in an uproar, and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess. Okay, there we go. Hey. Folks, that's going to do it for another Ace Attorney with an actual lawyer. Again, let us know what you're thinking about this case so far in the comments down below. Please watch I, the Somnium Files when it comes out. Please watch Metal Bear Salad 2 live. That'll be on the Monday that this goes up on YouTube. Well, actually, at this point, this will be the second video, so it'll have gone up yesterday. And support us on patreon.com/SaveDataTeam if you can. You're all the best. But until next time, stick around for art, because court is adjourned. I'm a Sky with new hats. New hats! Welcome to the Wow! Right Any Hat Agency. Also, I have zero ideas of who to hatify. If y'all can give me any Ace Attorney characters or characters to turn into Mr. Hat, I will try to do it. Again, like, these are so good. Like, you've gotten so fucking good at, like, the hair on fucking Athena, like, it's so good.
That's very good.
It's... Turns out if you do a thing a lot, you get really good at it. And Emma, you have mastered making Mr. Hats. Little End Dragon with She is the Night. This is so good.
Ooh, pretty.
Wow. The drawings, like the constellations on the cape, and just like the details on the cape too. That's incredible. Hell yeah, Little End Dragon. Axel with I have begun a Spider-Man Ace Attorney AU, so here are my few character designs for that. Phoenix Parker, modeled after Andrew Garfield. Honestly, I can see it. It's really good. Mayday Faye, modeled after Mayday from the comics. I love this. I love this hair design on her. Gwen Faye, modeled after Gwen Stacy. Very good. Very, very good. And Trucy Parker, modeled after Mayday in Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah!
So really cool.
Yeah. No, I love like the changing of the hair, especially on all of these, like really freshens up the characters and make them look so good. Shark Waffle with It's Just a Doodle, but since I recently drew Winston Payne's daughter that he mentioned that one time, here's some more of her because I think she's silly. Also, first time art for Stream Post. Yo! Shark Waffle, you should have included what her name was, because I believe it was you who said this, Diana Payne, which is really good. Really, really good name.
That's really good.
Yeah. Just Random Idiot with Rip didn't get today's art done. Here's a lawyer, True CAU, that I will not elaborate on too much. Yeah. Very, very cool. I love like the parallels in these images.
Inside of you, there are two Trucies.
You are gay.
Both go tee.
UT. 6 with a very, very cute Trucy. I love this, and I also love that she bought the fucking Gaviner's earphones.
Cute.
Adorable. I love it. Chrono Wizard with hey, as y'all might know, I tend to make a lot of crossover art, and recently had the opportunity to work with Don Ruby again. Hell yes. Context if needed, this is based on a Yakuza 0 song that features some Ace Attorney Takumi characters from other Safe Data games. Huge shout out to Don for suggesting another song collab, even when Yakuza ended, and for allowing me to honor their post. Allow me the honor to post their rad singing this time around. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Power of the
gods above,
give me wisdom to save the
land I love.
From my sweet and brave Noel, I want to be something more than a friend. I hope you will agree. Into the courtroom I go. This is then to the great Naruto. The friend nice and true, no matter what. That's Skank and Flatty too. Master belongs to me.
But hey, just to quickly interject here, I want to apologize for using those lyrics, but you got to admit it does kind of fit her personality pretty well. I just want to thank you for watching this, even though the series
Dom,
is going
the
on. Okay, gotta go
obligatory.
record
Please don't
something.
cancel me.
Okay,
That was in
bye.
character, not me.
This just like one of my Japanese animes. I'll protect Miss Pamela. She makes me smile every day. No one, including the Sky Eater, can stop this bold party.
Well, not including Alistair, of course.
I help Sonic save the world. I'm so glad I'm his pal.
Pringles, you are my best friend. Let's solve this mystery.
Won't regret every second with you. Working with the professor. As far as it seems,
the
new
background.
puzzles will solve. In the new world of Steam, you know Burger. And Spear, great channeling. Got nothing on you, Nick. Mizuki and Date. My family's the best, no one stands in our way.
Criminals will arrest with our strength. Combined, we'll save Star
hell
Road
yeah.
using our triple move technique.
Together we're with I. Hey, hey, hey!
Yeah.
Yo, that ruled.
Hell yeah.
That was so good, you both. Hell yeah. Alamac with hello there, dearies. It's been too long since I posted here, so here's what I drew during that time. Maurice Attorney Batman crossover. The first two are Robin versions of Maya as Dick Grayson and Pearl as Jason Todd, as well as older versions of them. Yo. That's really good. The idea of Pearl becoming Red Hood, though, is really funny
I know,
to me.
right?
It's really funny to me. Emma Sky's Tim Drake. Yeah, very good. I love that redesign for the Red Robin. That's awesome. And also with the Snackoos. Trucy as Damian Wayne and Polly, Barbara Gordon, and Robin as Batboy. Yeah. Again, like all this like Batman crossover stuff you do, Alamac, is so good. Like the designs I think are fantastic. And last but not least, Mr. Phoenix Wright as Batman. Yeah. Oh, and I love that the lawyer badge is like what's holding up his cape. And he also has his little O-face pin and the Magatama on his chest. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Rainy Meadows with this was supposed to be a redraw of official art to show Kay Franzi and Edgeworth's design in my crossover fic, but predictably I got carried away and tried a new rendering style. Second pick is me adding the title, so it's a poster. Third is the art I was redrawing. Yeah, this is awesome. I love these redesigns for the characters. Franziska in that dress? Are you kidding me? Shirley with hi, oh no, it's Dahlia. Yeah, these fits are so fucking good. Are you kidding me? Also, feeling cute, my committed phenylator is really, really good. Hell yeah, these are awesome, Shirley. Toads and Moss with just some silly Wright family shenanigans. Phoenix tries his best to understand Trucy's interests.
There's many Vocaloids, like Luca, Kaito, and twins Rin and Lat.
I'm just gonna call them all Hatsune Miku.
Good. As you should.
I would love the idea of someone seeing any of the other characters and be like, oh my god, is that Hatsune Miku?
That's what I would do.
Panic Pang, sadly for me, I won't be able to join the stream today, but I will leave these drawings as another what if they all went to high school together AU of Ace Attorney when it came to my mind, because why not? The main trio. Oh, very cute. The two of them meeting. Ron and Desiree. Yes. Oh, I love this. These are so cute.
I have a soft spot for sticking people in high schools. AUs.
Yeah. No, these are really, really cute. King Kieran with, here it is, I finally cemented out a design for Phoenix Wright as Kamen Rider Gyakuten. Holy shit. That's so good with the dragon and everything. Because that's like his thing. Here's where we turn things around. Yeah. Again, the belt being the defense attorney logo, the badge. Very, very cool. Mint Mango with Apollo took one look at Brushel and said, absolutely not. Nope. Trucy, we're leaving.
What? But Polly, we still have to question.
No, he did it. Murder. At least once, maybe twice. I hate it here. I'm quitting after this case. His fucking seat. Like him sitting and just looking back while brushing his head. So good. And it's her, the girl. Yeah. Very, very cute. Love it. Love it, Mint Mango. Mint Mango with White Man Jump Scare. It really was a White Man Jump Scare.
Truly White Man Jump Scare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Very, very good. I love the colors on this and the angle. And the lighting. Scott with this shit took me like 2 hours straight because I never color my art, but I have Apple Juice Phoenix wrong and true right. Yeah, this looks so good. Also love the expressions on this. Hell yeah. That's awesome, Scott. Ari with first post in the Discord because I'm a little shy and just joined today, but I always enjoy watching the stream. I doodled some of the prosecutors and a lawyer for ants during today's trial. Shout out to Wes for doing an absolutely perfect clavier voice. He sounds just like I've always imagined in my head. Yeah. These look so good.
Yeah, this is rad.
The shading and like the line work. Also, a lawyer for ants is incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What is this, a lawyer for ants?
For ants?
Saf with, you know what? I shouldn't let my shyness stop me from doing stuff. Take a cat, Maya, as a treat. Yeah.
So cute.
I love this.
How cute they are.
Cuties.
Fucking toy bites you and the meow is incredible. I love this. This Maya is incredible. And the text and everything. Great stuff.